The indie author revolution has been around for more than a decade, but we indies continue to push the boundaries of what we're capable of. From getting over initial prejudices to staring down perfectionism and author imposter syndrome, we've become a force to reckon with. Indie authors now wear more hats than ever as we strive to create a career full of meaning, prosperity, and potential. We've juggled the demands and continue to be rebels in the face of adversity. Now, after years of hearing the shouts of hustle and grind, we indies are rebelling again. Gone are the days of publishing a book a month until we drop, and in its place are the seeds of a better way to rapid release. A way that feels incredible as we build a sustainable, lifelong author career that not only increases our visibility and royalties, but it's all done with intention and ease. If you're ready to buck the system and become the visionary authorpreneur I know you're meant to be, you've come to the right place. I'm Carissa Andrews, international best-selling indie author, and this is the Author Revolution podcast. Well, hey there, and welcome back to the Author Revolution podcast. I am so thrilled that you're here today. My gosh, it was such a crazy week last week. We had our camping experience down in the Driftless, which was crazy as it was. It was a 6-hour drive from our house and had most of the children with us, which was crazy in itself. Of course, our 7-year-old is the craziest of all. He took the opportunity during this time frame to amp up his selective hearing ears, I guess one could say. So that was a bit of a challenge, but overall we had a good time. I feel a little more relaxed. And now here we are with the brand new week, and I've been thinking an awful lot about the future. I think it's partially because of the fact that this is coming up to my birthday month. September 3rd is my birthday, and so I kind of start feeling like coming home is how the vibe is for me. It's like wanting to get organized. It's almost like a new year in a sense, like New Year's Day, where it's like all of a sudden you want to start planning again and you want to start organizing and getting things put together. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because, Virgo, hello, planning's my thing. But I've been thinking a lot about growth, and it's been in the back of my mind for a while that I haven't been super great at focusing on growth. As an author, as an entrepreneur, I kind of just go with the flow and try to do all the things, right? I'm a mostly solopreneur, and I've got a couple of people who help me, but it's on a very limited basis as of right now. And so I do a lot of the stuff myself. And so I haven't had the brain space or the desire, I guess, to focus on growth and what that looks like for me. And so today I want to be kind of bringing this to light because maybe you're like me. Maybe you haven't given much thought to the growth of your author career, the growth of whatever it is that you're trying to do. It's really important for us if we want to, number one, feel tied to the future event of whatever it is we're trying to manifest as an author, as an individual, because remember, we're always manifesting all the time. And so if we want a successful author career, if we don't define that for ourselves, how will we ever know if we've reached it? How will we ever know if we are making progress toward it? And I think we are the only ones who can define that for ourselves, because for me, I don't care if I have a bazillion Instagram followers. I don't care if I have 10 million TikTok followers. That isn't the growth strategy for me. That isn't the thing that makes me feel good anymore. I mean, maybe it would have been had I been in my 20s, but I've kind of gone through the whole social media is so much fun, let's see all those numbers go up phase. That's not really where it's at for me anymore. For me, it's more about the engagement of people in my own community, meaning my own Author Revolution communities. So whether that be Facebook groups or the new Millionaire Author Squad that I have for the Millionaire Author Manifestation course, or whether it be the people who are in my email list, because I converse with many of them pretty frequently. And so that's where the growth and the energy and the good vibes for me come from. But I'm also striving for big goals. You know this, right? Millionaire author destiny, here I come. So I'm working myself towards that goal, and I'm working towards having more abundance, having more fun, having more ease in my life. I'm working towards having more support in my life. Maybe that resonates with you too, because I know we indie authors, we take on an awful lot. We're creative individuals. We're probably all high achievers. We're trying to do a bazillion things all at once. And at some point, we want to manifest more ease. We want to manifest more fun back into our life. Because sometimes when we get wrapped up in all the things we think we have to do in order to make this thing work, we're just efforting and we're not doing the thing we really want to be doing, which is enjoying the writing, enjoying the process, enjoying whatever it is that we love the most about our author careers. And so today I want you to be thinking about, what does growth look like for you? And in specific, do you have a vision for your author career? Where are you heading? Like, what is your goal? Is it to publish 4 books a year until you die? Is it to reach that 20 books first and be really excited and then make a new plan once you reach that goal? Is it to get to the millionaire author destiny and know that you can do this and continue to function with this over and over again? Is it to hit 500 people on your newsletter subscriber list right now? Is it having just enough money in the bank to be able to pay your mortgage? What does the vision for your author career look like to you? Is it to have more readers and to really inspire more people? I think it's really important that we sometimes take a moment, just take a beat to think about what brings us joy and what's going to teach us that we are on the road, we are mid-manifestation towards the thing that we're trying to accomplish. Because clarity is really important when it comes to fueling the passion. So when purpose fuels our passions, all of a sudden great things happen. Purpose will drive us forward because we are now clear and concise about our goals. Now remember, when your mind is confused, it does nothing. So you confuse, you lose, right? And so your goal here is always to come back around to a clear goal, a clear guideline, a clear vision of what it is that you're looking for. And there's no better time than right now, the present, to be thinking about, what does your successful author career really look like to you? Is it the millionaire author destiny that I've been talking about? Is it trying to strive and really reach for that high-end goal? Or is it just right now trying to lift yourself out of whatever it is that you're in so that you can focus on the next step? There's no right or wrong here. It's all about learning how to step into our own power, our own greatness, to be able to create the life that we really want. I truly believe that we have that power in us to be able to create the world around what we are choosing to have. But we have to be very deliberate about our thoughts, our actions, and becoming in alignment with the things that we really want. Because sometimes when we're not in that alignment, we can sabotage ourselves. We can start to undermine all of the efforts that we're putting in there and then wonder why nothing is happening, because we've been sitting here thinking, oh, nothing's happening, nothing's working, it's not moving anywhere. Why is this not working? And when you focus on what's not working, you're no longer focusing on the solution, you're focusing on the problem, which of course we've talked about in previous episodes. You're focusing on the wrong end of the stick, right? You're manifesting the wrong stuff. We live in an inclusion-based universe where we're always getting the thing that we resonate with the most. And our thoughts, unfortunately, don't separate like the whole, I don't want this thing. It just goes, oh, you want this thing? Because that's the thing you're thinking about over and over and over again. So you need to let that stuff go so that you can focus on the vision, the real true ideal author career that you're looking for. Is it to be published by a big publishing house? Is it to have your books ultimately turn into movies or TV shows like The Sandman? Is it to be well recognized when you go to a writing conference? What is that really successful author career looking like for you? And in addition, what does growth look like? Like, how can you start to measure your growth? Do you have a spreadsheet, for instance, that can track how many subscribers you have, or how many Instagram followers or TikTok followers, whatever the metrics are that you're most interested in? Just because I'm not interested in following those, you might be. It might be something that's really fascinating to you. Or you might have moments there where you're focusing on one over the other. Like, for instance, earlier this year, I was focusing on my YouTube followers and trying to elevate those so that I could get more YouTube subscribers onto my channel. It just depends on what it is you're looking for, really. But I think it's really important because it helps to drive us forward, helps give us purpose in our author career, and helps us to see when our manifestations really are in that process of coming to fruition. Now, some of the ways that you can do this are, like I just said, you could make a spreadsheet and start tracking numbers because that's an easy way to see growth. You could also create a vision board. And every time one of the things on your vision board comes to pass, you check it off. Like put a little X by it or put a little sticker over it or do something that helps you to see that this thing is coming to pass. This thing is in process. I think it's really key for all of us to be focused more on the feelings and the thoughts that bring us closer to the thing we want, rather than focusing on the past or even where we think we are right now, because sometimes our perceptions of now isn't accurate. So when we focus on the future and the way that we're going to feel when we have all the things that we want, that is us becoming the magnetic energy force that brings it to us. And just think about all the things that you've done in the past. You wanted a new car and you thought about the new car. You thought about where you would go to get the new car. You thought about your financing or how you're going to pay for the car. You thought about what color you wanted the car to be. You got very specific and you started enjoying the process. Maybe not always enjoying it, but you started thinking about the process of getting this car, right? And the next thing you know, you have the car. Maybe it's not the exact car, but it is a new car and it is the new car that you love and you enjoy this thing. And that is how this process works. Once you start that momentum of thoughts and things, growth happens just instantaneously. It's amazing. And so for me, I've been really thinking about what will my career vision look like? And do I want to do it big term? Like obviously, Millionaire Author Destiny, here I come, full speed ahead. But in addition to that, I want to see myself along that journey. So what's it going to look like next year? What's it going to look like the year after that? What kind of trajectory can I try to put myself on so that I can see that I'm headed in the right direction? And whether that is a monetary goal or, like I said, any of those other kind of goals, that's really up to you. But I want you to be thinking about the growth. I know we creatives, we have this tendency to just like wing it. We just throw spaghetti at the wall and we wing it. But sometimes we do need a little bit of focus, because that focus, number one, it helps the creative mind because it puts us into a box. And then our minds have to bounce around inside that box trying to find a creative solution to the problem. And so when there are parameters, you're much more likely to come up with creative solutions versus like everything is wide open and like good luck trying to find like an edge to anything. That sort of solution, it becomes more nebulous, and it's that whole confuse you lose thing again. So get clear, get focused, start to think about what is going to feel super good for you as an author as you're moving forward. What vision are you going to put into place and start enacting right now? I think that's probably why businesses are so good at doing these things sometimes, where they put together, the mission statement, the vision statement, the 5-year plan and the 3-year plan. I mean, businesses have all these different types of plans that you can put together so that you can try to gauge where your growth is going to be and understand, whether or not you're being successful in your business. It's very fascinating to me that authors, I don't think we've done this enough. I don't think we think through the growth strategies for ourselves, and we don't give ourselves enough credit for the growth we are having. We go through this motion of doing all the things and we don't pat ourselves on the back enough to see when we've accomplished something really monumental. And then when we don't do that, we're still over here feeling like nothing is happening, nothing is changing, nothing is happening. But that's not even accurate. It's just that we ourselves haven't been giving ourselves the permission to celebrate. We haven't been giving ourselves permission to see the growth that has expanded upon us because we haven't given ourselves the parameters for what growth looks like. So I really want you to be thinking about growth a little bit this week. I want you to think about, what is your vision for maybe the remainder of this year? What's the vision for 2023 going to look like? How will you know if you're succeeding at what it is that you're planning out? In doing so, I really hope that you are going to see that you are in that mid-manifestational point, that you're in the process of creating this wonderful, brand new vision of what your life gets to look like. And you're moving one step closer every single day towards that vision. And some days might feel slower, some days might feel faster, but it's all part of the journey, and that's perfectly okay. It's okay for things to sometimes go slow. It's okay for things to explode and go super fast. It's all about whether or not you are ready to handle that growth in that moment. So when we focus on growth, I think we're ready for more. And I think all of you, if you're listening to this podcast and you've been thinking about some of the things that I've been talking about this past year, I think you're ready for more too. I think you're in a place of growth and of expansion and of changing your mind and rewiring the way that you're looking at things. I know I am, because I want a different life for us. I want us to not feel so frantic. I want us to not hustle and grind so much. I want this to be a very flowing, free, perfect, balanced lifestyle. I want us to love what we do and to create from the inspired place that brought us to this place in the first place. Say that really fast. I want us to really honestly dig into that true inspiration well that fills us up and makes us feel really good. And I don't think it exists in that place where we're always hustling and grinding, where we're always feeling as though we're chasing our own tails, trying to rapid release a bazillion books. Look, guys, I'm a rapid release proponent. I love rapid releasing to a point, but I don't want to kill myself over it. I don't want to be in a place where I am nonstop going, because life is moving around us. It doesn't stop for us just because we're working on a bazillion books. We have lives to live in addition to writing those books, in addition to striving for those goals. And it's okay for us to live that life in the process of bringing everything else to us. All right. That's my rant for this week. That's my riff off this week, because I really do. I think we're all in this place where growth is inevitable, and we are needing to define for ourselves what growth looks like. I know that's what I'm working on, and I hope that you will be thinking about it soon too. If you'd like to get the transcript to today's podcast episode, you can always head over to authorrevolution.org/146, and you can download it there. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you spend some time with your friends and family. I hope you get outdoors, and of course, get your writing in. So why not just go forth and start your author revolution?